Hi guys, and welcome back to the Black Country Man Cave. I have been incredibly busy lately doing two very secret projects for two very lucky people. Those were the Hollywood mirrors. I posted the video for the first one about a month ago, and now the second one is finished. I haven't done much of a video for that, but if you want to see those videos, I will post them up here somewhere for you to look at. Incredibly proud of how they turned out. Two very, very happy people. And yeah, it was a fun project. I really did enjoy doing those, and hopefully I'll be doing some more in the future. But this video is going to be a tool review, and in particular, it's going to be a Parkside tool review. Now, I am very definitely a self-confessed tool snob. I only really buy Makita, or occasionally things like DeWalt, Milwaukee, but I generally stick with the higher end brands because you know you're going to get the quality. But I've been hearing some decent things about Parkside lately. I've been hearing some of the stuff is actually good quality and worth the money. So I hit the middle of Lidl earlier on this week, and I had a little mooch about, and I picked up some things that I'm hoping are going to be quite good, and I thought I would do a tour review. So without any further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea, have a sit down, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Right, so down on the table. So this is actually a still shot. I did do a video of this section, but I wasn't happy with the audio, and I've also bought some extra stuff since taking the first video. So I'll go through what we've got here now. We've got the Parkside guardrail at the top, the Parkside angle magnets on the left, the rivet nut tool, and then the sharpening station. The sharpening station in particular is something that I've wanted to have a go with for quite some time. So I originally recorded a video having a look at the angled magnets, and I was so impressed that I actually went to a different Aldi to go and buy some more because I bought all the ones in the first Aldi. Whilst there, I found these. So it's a different set. It's a dual welding magnet, and managed to get a pair, and they are incredibly strong. So I'm going to review the two of them now. Back to the bench. Right, I bet I'm not the only one that enjoys unboxing tools. I bet I'm not. So let's do the angle one first. When I opened the first ones, my first impression was how big they are. Didn't realise they were quite so big. The package was a bit deceiving, but yeah, it is a hefty bit of kit. Very impressed with the size. And now, right, so let's check out the strength. That is very strong. I'm having to put quite a bit of effort into pulling them apart. It says it's 8 kilos in strength. That, gotta be honest, feels a bit more than that. But yeah, very impressive. Compared to my Clark ones that I paid quite a bit more money for. I know they're smaller, but just doesn't feel anywhere near as strong. In fairness, I've had these a few years. They've probably lost a bit of the magnetism. But yeah, impressed. Got the hole in the centre so you can put pipes through. Yeah, pretty good that. I'm impressed. That's why I bought another one. I now have 4. They're going to get a lot of use. Right. Now, for the dual magnets. When I bought these and they went to the till, they were connected like that, and the girl at the till struggled to pull them apart to scan them. That strong. Right. I've never actually used magnets like that before, so I'm not entirely sure how they work, but I'm going to assume it's something like that. But yeah, that's so strong. Right, so basically, main purpose is to allow you to do angles. Right. They really are incredibly strong. Yeah, so essentially, it's a way to do stuff like that. They are strong. Really, really, really impressed with these. I'm going to pull that off. There we go. Definitely going to get a couple more of them next time they're in. Right, now to check out the Parkside clamp and saw guide. First thoughts are, it is actually straight. If you use your carpenter's eye, it's, you know, it's as straight as they come. I have checked it against one of my own guides, and yeah, it is straight. I will say, it's quite flimsy metal. You can easily twist that. I'm putting no effort into that whatsoever. These feel fairly good. The ultimate test is to use it, so put that edge up, bring it down, put that edge up against there, nice and tight, pull that end in nice and tight. You'd obviously mark this to allow you to do a cut in wherever you want it to be. Pull the clamps all the way down, and then obviously you then would use your saw to cut, and should give you a perfectly straight cut. But one thing I have noticed while playing with this off camera is if you look at the back, you can see that. Let's bring you in closer. And if you look at the back, there's quite a lot of movement on that. There's not a lot of effort to move that at all, which when you're trying to do a perfectly straight line is no good whatsoever. So my initial thought on this was I was quite impressed, but unfortunately now that I've spotted that, it's no longer going to work with me. It will stay in here and probably not get that much use. For £10, no, gotta say I'd pass on that one. Which is a shame, because I really thought that one might be quite good. Right, rivet nut tool with accessories. Let's get it open. First thoughts is it's quite heavy. I always say that you can tell the product's quality by the weight of it, and that's got a decent bit of weight to it. And first thoughts, it looks good. Plenty of spare bits there in a nice neat organiser. Don't know what these are yet. Looks like the tools. Oh, I might have to read the instructions on this one and go against the grain. That feels pretty substantial, to be fair. Pretty chunky in the hands. I've got quite big hands, and that fits my palms quite nicely. So yeah. Right, I'm going to have to pause for a second and read the instructions. Back in a sec. Right guys, just want to pause for just 1 second and ask, if you're enjoying this content, please maybe consider hitting the like and subscribe button or watching some other content. I'm trying to grow the channel and every little bit helps. So thank you very much in advance. I'll let you get back to the video. Right then guys, I've just familiarised myself with the instructions and how it operates, because I've never owned or used one of these before. They are pretty simple, to be fair. So the instructions come with some pretty clear diagrams. Let's see if I can show you on camera. Yeah, there's about 11 pages of instructions which just go through how to change the mandrels, when the fingers work, safety, safety stuff, maximum thicknesses and sizes and depths and stuff like that. How to clean it, and how to troubleshoot. That's pretty good. Impressed with that. Get that out of the way. So it is pretty simple to operate. So that is an M8 mandrel in there. So to change it, just unscrew this large collar there. You pull back that sleeve there, hold it in place, undo the mandrel, and then you would take your replacement mandrel, whatever size you want. I'm going to stick with the M8. Put it in, snug it up tight. There is a spanner so you can tighten everything up. It's got all different sizes on there, so you can tighten that up. Let that collar slip back, and then there's a nut that corresponds to each size of mandrel, obviously all the different sizes, so screw that back on. There we go. I'm impressed with the box. It's all colour coded, so it's M5, M6, M8, M10, M12, and each one of the rivets is colour coded the same, M5 up to M12 in a nice clear box, and operating it is pretty easy. So here's what I did off camera while I was playing. So this is, I think it's a piece of 1mm steel, and I don't know if you can see the back, how it's collapsed on the back. Pretty good. Now there are limitations to this, there are size limitations. So this is a piece of 4.5mm steel, and I did try this again off camera, and if I show you the rivet, it did fold, but because of the thickness it didn't clamp onto it, so that is too thick, so it can't be used for that. But the operation is dead simple. So get your M8 nut, open the arms on your tool, wind the rivet all the way so it sits at the collar, place it into the hole, lay this down, and then pull, close that up, and that's, pull that nice and tight, and then to take it off you just undo the knob on the back, and obviously you put this in a vice or something when you were doing it properly. It's difficult to show on camera. Undo that, and then an M8 bolt, and that is solid as anything. That is, I'm not impressed with that. That's not going anywhere. That's brilliant. That's definitely going to come in useful. I want to attach two pieces of metal. Impressed with that. Like that. This is definitely going to get some use in my workshop. I'm really impressed. Box is really good. We'll have to, where are they going? There we go. We'll have to make sure I can actually get spares of these, but I'm guessing they're going to be a fairly standardised item. If it's an M8, it's going to be an M8 no matter where you get it from. Put them back in there. I'm going to have some fun playing with that. Decent. No, actually no, the latches are a little bit on the flimsy side, but I'm impressed with that. Right, this was 25 quid. I'm going to call that very good value for money. It's definitely going to get some use. Right, now onto the sharpening station. This is the one that I've really been interested to see if it's any good or not. First impressions, it's quite light. There's a great deal of weight to that. Plastic body feels quite robust though. Yeah, feels quite robust. That, I have to say, does feel flimsy. That one not so bad. Right. I'm going to have to read the instructions off camera again, so bear with me, I'll be back shortly. Right then guys, I've read through the instructions, had a little play with it, worked out what's going on, and it's relatively straightforward, just a little bit of tinkering to get your head around. But yeah, it seems okay. So I've mounted it down to a piece of timber just for a bit of stability. There's 4 mounting points which seem pretty solid, to be fair, they're pretty good. It comes with a spare blade, which is in there, which is handy. It'd be interesting to see if we can find spares online for that. So there's 3 options with this. Obviously there's chisel sharpening, there's knife and scissor sharpening, and then there's drill bit sharpening. These 2 mount on the sides when they're not in use, and the front part is obviously where you do your cutting. Latches on with a lever that's down here that feels fairly strong, should last the test of time, and then you just lift up. Clever feature that it's got is it's got a safety switch there so that it will not turn on if that's not pushed in. So each one of these, when it clicks down, activates that and allows that to spin. So to use it, slide down that. There's a knob on the side which adjusts the angle and allows you to set the angle of your tool. So I've got a very rusty old chisel here that we'll try and clean up. So I've set my angle using the knob. This is at just about 25 degrees. There's magnets on here to grab hold of the chisel and a stop there for it to sit against. So push that down until it just touches the wheel. Turn them on. I don't know how bad it is on camera, but I'm sat in front of it. It's not too loud. It's not unusable without headphones. It's not unusable. So I'm not particularly good at sharpening chisels, but that's not too bad. I don't think you're ever going to get an amazingly sharp point with this, but for cleaning up chisels that are bashed about, I definitely think it's not too bad. Let's slice it for that MDF pretty quickly. So yeah, not bad. I think for what it cost, I think that part is definitely worth it. So let's change that round. I will say the slides aren't the most positive. There we go. A pair of scissors. So okay, they weren't particularly blunt in the first place, but yeah, it looks like it works. It's a bit fiddly to hold it, but a bit of practice and I think that'll be good as well. Right. Right, so I've got a drill bit here that is bit on the blunt side. It's not doing a fat lot, it's made a slight indentation, but that's about all. So you take out that, slide the drill bit in the back, turn it over so that the knob is on the top, slot it back into the hole, slide it back into the hole, and then there's a pin just in there that you locate the tip against, and then rotate the drill until the sides touch. There's metal plates inside there until that touches. When all that touches, lock it off, and it's important you get the angle right, otherwise it won't sharpen correctly. Take that back out, slot it back in the centre, turn him on, push down. Try it again. I'm doing exactly the same place as before. And that made pretty short work of that. I'm actually very impressed with that. I made short work of that. So yeah, that is definitely good. Impressed with that. Took a bit of practice to get it, but very good. That'll do it up to 10mm, 3 to 10mm. Yeah, these feel a bit flimsy, that feels quite substantial, but as long as you can get spare blades, I definitely reckon this is going to be a useful little tool. Right, so that's all the testing done, and yeah, mixed results. So the magnets are amazing, really strong, and I'm going to keep my eye out for some more of them, because you can never have too many magnets. Same as a woodworker can never have too many clamps. So yeah, the guide unfortunately was a letdown. Initially I thought it was going to be quite good, nice and straight, but then once I'd actually had to play with it, very flimsy metal, and the clamps are just cack basically, not strong enough, and way too much wiggle. The sharpening station, not bad. The body feels quite solid, the attachments feel quite flimsy, kind of wonder how long they'll last, and there's too much play in the chisel sharpener when you sharpen a chisel. So that chisel sharpener is never really ever going to be for fine sharpening. It's always just going to be for restoring a battered chisel and then finishing off with a whetstone, which is probably what it's designed for really. The drill sharpening station, that's probably going to get quite a bit of use, because that seems to work quite well. You've just got to kind of tinker with the angle that you put the drill in, but I think once you've got that worked out, I think that's going to be a cracking little tool. The definitely the rivet gun, yeah, that's going to get some serious use, that is, because I'm doing a lot more metal working these days, and having something that allows me to attach threaded bolts and stuff to it with that speed, it's just going to be a godsend. So yeah, 3 out of 4, not bad, and I've quite enjoyed this process. I've quite enjoyed doing this little tool talk and little tool test. Definitely going to keep my eye on the middle aisles a little, and Aldi a bit more often now, and hopefully do some more in the future. Hi guys, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching till the end. If you've enjoyed this, maybe consider hitting the like and subscribe button, maybe consider watching some of my other videos. I've got a lot more of these coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot more tool reviews in the future, and I've also got the Hollywood mirror build video. I've got a lot of editing to do with that. There is a hell of a lot of footage. It's likely to become my longest video by a long way. That will be coming hopefully soon. I've also got some videos that I shot back in the summer that I've got to still finish. There's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, etc. And some other ideas I've got in the frying pan. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from the Man Cave. Have a lovely day.